Volunteering to me is so important, but yet people talk about it and often they don't do it and they don't realize, I think, sometimes what they'll gain back. So this book is such a game changer. And I'm so pleased to welcome to the show Jamie Pulos-Fry, and she's in our virtual green room. Her book is Servant's Heart from the Voice of a Volunteer, and she completely understands that concept. Jamie, thanks for coming on.
Well, thank you for having me today, Kate.
So let's talk about why you wrote the book first. What was your motivation behind that?
Well, this book came to fruition because I noticed that where I volunteer, we had some issues that needed to be addressed. Plus, I really had not read or seen books about volunteering in a Christian environment or anywhere else at the matter. And I started doing some research, and this book just became the results of that research and being a faithful volunteer.
Yeah, so
that was part of the reason.
And that's part of the reason why you wrote it.
Yeah, and people have to understand that volunteers do matter. Yes, it does matter that we're a volunteer. And although you may have many different reasons and motivations why you volunteer or how you volunteer, there are at least 4 outreaching benefits that we receive when we volunteer. One is you're able to draw closer to God, and another you'll know you're making a difference in other people's lives. Plus, you're also setting a good example for your children by volunteering regularly, and then you also grow personally. When you volunteer, you're not only enriching the lives of others around you, but also growing personally, both spiritually and socially. You'll learn more about the world and its ways, and you also develop self-confidence and self-esteem, characteristics that help you no matter where you are.
Boy, that is so true. For you personally, tell the listeners, when did you start volunteering and really understanding how that made you thrive and feel?
I started volunteering at my church, which is Lancaster Baptist Church. I'm a widow of many years. I lost my job. I got laid off and, just needed something to do to get out of the house and do different things. I started volunteering with college students, serving lunch, serving dinner. I volunteer I sing in the choir, so that's considered volunteering as well. It's a ministry. Plus we have Joshua camps, and we have, for teenagers, we also have leadership conferences. We also have, for pastors and many other places, so I serve in many forums and for different reasons, serving food sometimes, recently helping out organizing T-shirts. Now I'm doing a Joshua camps. I'm growing and doing different things, not just with food, but it started with food. I also volunteer in a coffee shop and a bookstore, and probably that's part of the reason why I started writing books. Plus, Mother encouraged me to start reading again. So I started writing books. It was not something I planned. I never thought I was ever going to be an author and write books. It's not something I planned. I was not the best in English when I started in transferring from school and all that kind of stuff. So volunteering and writing books have just flourished over the years. My mother encouraged me and helped me in growing in my ministries, is growing in my books. And reading is very, very important, as well as volunteering. They come hand in hand. It teaches you something. You learn something about yourself and other people around you. It's just something fun, something to get yourself out of the house, something I just enjoy different levels of people, kids as well as adults, younger and older. We all learn differently. You need to respect each level. They all have a reason to be there and help. I loved it when I was a captain of a ladies' bus, and one of the mothers and the younger son would love to come with me to the door. when I would pick up ladies and their kids, and it was nice to feel safe and have somebody going with you back and forth. And he felt important and encouraged, and never ever discourage somebody from volunteering, even if it's something simple and little like that, because that teaches them how to be around people. So we're always learning something new every day. I volunteer, and it's different in every level and every place that I go. So I love to volunteer. I'm even volunteering for my choir now too, and different things there. So they know I like to do it, so they ask me to do it for different reasons and in different forums now.
Yeah, and we're going to say again, the name of the book is Servant's Heart, from the voice of a volunteer, here on Author's Corner on America Tonight with me, Kate Delaney. You can pick up this book on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, or wherever great books are sold. And I love that whole idea, Servant's Heart. Talk about that, because the title of your book is so powerful.
Well, it started out just as a servant's heart. That's, and then when you start writing and creating, okay, I thought, well, I'm a volunteer and it's coming from my heart. And that's where the title came from. I enjoy doing this, and we do it from the kindness of our heart when we're volunteering. It's not about just doing it for ourselves. We do it to help and encourage other people. So this is volunteering needs to be from you. It needs to come from your heart. It needs to be coming because you want to help somebody. And you can help anywhere. You can help. I do it at church. You can do it out there at work. Ask if somebody wants, for Christmas or Easter, or help for decorations, because these kinds of things help people see you for who you are, that you want to do more than just your job. You just want to do more than just your ministry. You're out there because you want to help. And that's what this is about. It's helping different ages. It's helping yourself to grow as a person. It's helping you to see more out there in the world. And because you are willing to volunteer, that person might, at work, give you a bonus, give you an up into your job. Those are some of the reasons why people volunteer, but those aren't the reasons why I volunteer. I do it because I want to help, and at every level, of volunteering. We need more volunteers out there. There just isn't enough of us. I don't think because of COVID and being locked down and all the stuff going on, people are just a little scared to go out there and do a little bit more. But this is the time to do it, because there are people out there, because of all this going on, that do need help, that do need guidance, they need to know that there's people out there that care for them. Then maybe we wouldn't have all this crazy stuff going on in this world that we have going on right now, if somebody just went out and thought about something else, or somebody else besides themselves.
It's interesting, and you're telling us great reasons to read the book and to volunteer, certainly. And you've said it, but Jamie, what do you hope people take away from reading your book?
Well, my book is a Christian-based book, so there's Bible verses in here to show you that God even volunteered and helped people, and He doesn't want us to do it for favoritism. He's teaching us how to encourage people down the road. I really did it because I want people to choose and make choices. We all have those. And what does the Bible say about volunteering? It says a lot of things about it. There's, you can read Thomas 5:1-3. You rebuke not an elder, but entreat him as a father, and the younger men as brethren, the elder woman as a mother, the youngers as sisters, with all purity, honoring widows that are widows indeed. Okay, we are not, if you have nothing to do at home, get out there and do something. Encourage your kids to get out. Serve at a soup kitchen. Help at an outreach or something. We have all kinds of events that go on in your city, and do something for them. This is not about just us. in conclusion, I'm going to read this from the back of my book so you can understand. There are many reasons why we do certain things. Okay, conclusion. As we have seen, our volunteering can be of value to others and to ourselves. With that in mind, let's take a look at a few ways that understanding of God's reasons for volunteering might lead us to the right response. First, the first chapter, feeling faithful, being faithful. Okay, we have to make sure that when we're a faithful volunteer, that means you keep your promises, be there, just like God would be. Second, willing to learn something new, being willing to do things different, recognizing what's not working, and be willing to change what you're doing to achieve the team's goals, not just about you. And now being a servant and being helpful. We need to be useful to others and God. We should keep the 10 Commandments and keep things in front of us to help remind us to think like God when we are serving. Fourth, working with younger people. It's like showing by reading Matthew 20:26 through 27, we need to humble ourselves. And whoever will be chief among you, let him be your servant. Jesus, our model, so must we commit ourselves to serving others, always considering others better than ourselves. The simplest little things really put a smile on people's faces. So thank you so much, Kate, for having me here today.
Wow, what a wonderful, wonderful conversation. Jamie, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.